What's going on with everybody tonight? I hope y'all having a good evening. So tonight we're going to be out here playing around with the AR. Ordered a Rise Armament RA140 SS flat trigger for it. 3.5 pound pull, single stage. I just wanted something different than the trigger that came in this M&P that I have. First time I've upgraded triggers, so we're going to try it out and see. I've never done one of these, so y'all are going to have to bear with me along the way, and we're going to see how it works out. Midway had these triggers on sale for pretty cheap. They were less than $100, so I was like, I'm going to try it out. So you got the straight trigger, came with new pins, even came with the tools to deal with it, so we're going to see if we can change this thing out. Give me just a second, let me get it set up, and I'll be right back with y'all. So I picked up this neat little cradle the other day. I think it's actually a vise for the range, but it's neat. It folds up, compact, easy to get out of the way. So yeah, it all just, well, somehow. Maybe that's it. Yeah, that's it. It all just kind of folds together out the way. Done. Oh, there we go. Then you got to slide it together. Anyway, long story short, there you go. I like it. Folds up out the way, sit up there on the shelf, and done. That's a pretty cool little piece there. I think it's from the same people that make my big vise I have. What's the name of them? Can't remember. I'll have to remember that in a minute. Alright, gun is clear. Gun's clear, so we're good on that. We're going to go ahead and break it down. I think be the easiest way to deal with this situation here. I never can get these little pins out. I don't have any fingernails, so I always just have to fight with them for a second, make it happen. There's the back one. There's the front one. All right, we'll set that over there out the way. I've never done a trigger on an AR, so this is going to take a second to deal with here. That new one feels a lot stronger than this one does. I'm pretty sure that all we're going to have to do is, let's see here. Pretty certain that all we're going to have to do is probably just take these pins out, I would imagine. That should be about it, looks like. There's that little piece that goes under the safety on the original trigger. Alright, so like that's how we're going to go. Yeah, the pins are in the same spot. Everything looks like it's in the same spot. I'm not exactly sure how to get that safety out of there. I may have to do a little research on that. First time I've dug this deep into an AR, I'm not even going to lie to y'all. So, let me come up with a game plan here and I'll be right back with y'all. Alright, I had to get a couple extra tools. We're going to need a long 3/16 Allen head because we got a screw right in here that we're going to have to take out. Or not, I'm going to try not to take it out all the way. We're going to see. Loosen this for the grip. And there should be a spring right over here. You can see this spring and there's a pin that goes up through here that puts tension on the selector switch. So once we remove that enough, let's see how far we got to remove that. We might take it all the way out. I don't know. We'll see. Try to get away with as much as we don't have to, maybe. Well, looks like it's going to come all the way, so we're just going to take it all the way. Kind of like to look at it anyhow. I've never been this far into one, and I'm not an expert on nothing, so I just want to take one apart and kind of see what we're going to deal with here. So there's our spring. And then supposedly, there's supposed to be a little pin of some sort in here, possibly. We're just going to remove this all the way for now and get it out the way. Alright, there we go. So now we're left with a spring there. There's that little pin right there, you see. Spring and pin, that goes for the selector switch, and then we can pull it. I have to press down a little bit right here. Let's see. Work it out of here somehow. I would think that that's supposed to come on up out of there. but it feels as if something might be holding it. I think this is going to be all about just getting it to the right direction to come on out of there. See if we can take something and shove on it a little bit. There we go. So just like that. There we go. Alright, so there's our selector switch, our spring, and our pin. Now, as far as these two go, from what I understand, we're just going to pull these two pins out right here. Just like so. Probably need a longer punch, honestly. Now, I don't know what I was fixing to fly out of here. I don't care. I'm putting it all in the garbage anyhow, really. Well, I might keep it in case I ever need it, maybe to build another trigger or something, or put in something else. I don't know. There we go. There you go. You see how that happens? So watch your face when you're taking it out. Like I told you, this is my first time, so laugh if you want to. I'm good with it. So now that's what we're left with. But that sun gun did come on up out of there, that's for sure. So now we got the two pins that hold it and our trigger assembly. That all goes back together. So it's all held together by these two pins, so we're okay. Pretty certain that this all... So there's our hammer. Okay, there's a... I'm just looking at it, so just trying to see for myself how all this works. Just out of curiosity. So I think that comes back and holds the hammer back like so. And then when you pull the trigger, that releases, flies up, hits your firing pin. Done. Alright, so that's what we're left with. Now, our new one is all together, ready to go. So now we should be able to take this new one, simply put it in place. Don't let it fly off because it is in the ready position there. Now, that's in place. Let's see if it has any special instructions or any torque settings or anything like that. Nope, we have 0 as far as what we need to do or anything. It don't tell us anything, but this one does not have pins like the one we just took out does. This has got, well, it's pins, but it's got a screw that goes in each end. And I don't know, y'all can tell me what your thought process is on this. Me personally, what I'm doing is I'm putting these in, and I'm going to reach over here. Y'all excuse my room. I was trying not to show y'all this. It is a disaster in here. We just now got done with hunting season, and I have got stuff everywhere. I'm putting a dab of Loctite on each one of these screws. I'd already made that up in my mind that that's what's happening, so that's what's going to happen. All of our screws are the same, so we don't have to worry about if we get them in the wrong place or anything like that. So we're going to get these here started like that. I probably need to release that hammer, but I'll do that in just a second. Let me get everything started first, and then we'll handle that. If it flies off and hits me in the finger, it'll be okay. Shouldn't anything fly out because we got that danger out the way now. So I'm glad y'all saw that, because this is the first for me, and I didn't do a whole lot of studying on this. I'm kind of like one of those guys where just, we'll take it apart and see what happens. Because most of the time, as long as you make sure your firearm's clear, you really don't have to worry about just killing yourself, so to say. Might hit you in the face with something, but other than that, you know, keep it pointed in a safe direction, you'll be okay. They did not have torque specs on these two screws, so not going to get crazy with them, because like I said, I put some Loctite on them, and we'll just kind of bottom them out, snug them up. I mean, there ain't so much you can do with a Allen head that's that small. Let's get any of our Loctite off of here that we got on here. It was on my fingers. Got it everywhere now. There we go. Alright, so we're looking like we're headed in the right direction here. If somebody says I'm doing something wrong, scream at me, because I got till the weekend to take it back apart and figure it out. But for now, I feel like everything's going in a good direction. I feel like we hit it on the home stretch. So this is all just about tightening these down all the way. The pin sits flush with the outside of the receiver there, so you don't have to worry about center them and it don't look like. I'm gonna have to get a get my other Allen head on here because now we're spinning on the other side. So get our 2 Allen heads and go to work on it here. What we got here. Don't know if I care for it right now. Something ain't. It don't sit real tight. You see how these screws have play side to side? But they're both bottomed all the way out at the pin there. I don't know that I'm too thrilled with that. I would figure that we would have had a little bit tighter of a fit. Y'all see, I don't know if y'all can see that little bit of movement. I don't really like that. I would have rather it sit tight on there. I don't know. That's just me. We'll try it. But like I said, I never upgraded a trigger. So I wanted to try it out at least once and see what happens. And that's what we're here to do. Selector switch back in. And then we should be able to drop our little pin back down in there. Like that. Along with putting our little spring back down in there. Which the spring actually goes into here, so let's see. Spring in. Oh, bolt fell out. It'll be alright. That'll be easy. Get you a long Allen head because it's a long way up in there. I'm going to get this started first. There we go. At least have everything ready to go when I go back up in here with it. So now we're putting our spring should just fall right into place. There we go. Right there, our selector switch. Tighten this jewel down. And we ought to be in business then. That should be it, honestly. I'll let y'all know how it works here in just a second. We'll play with it and see what happens. I'm not going to tighten it up too much because it's got a... Well, appears that everything's working as of now. So then we just put the upper back on the lower. Well, got to move the pins out the way first and let them drop back in the way. Those back into here. Everybody knows how to do this part, I'm pretty certain. If you own an AR, this is the first thing you do with it when you get it home. At least take the lower off and feel like you did something. Oh, come on, guy. Really? Just like so. Now, safe. Nothing's happening. Fire. Ready to go. Oh, that feels good. I like that trigger. That is so much better than what came out of here. There's literally no creep to it. It's just go. That feels good. Alright guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. I know it wasn't too technical. I'll keep y'all updated on how good I like this. The only thing I don't like so far is the fact that these 2 little pins slide back and forth instead of staying put in place. Y'all hear that? Don't particularly care for that. Other than that, no complaints. The trigger feels great. It was simple to install. It took, what, 10 minutes? And that was with me that's never done it before. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Y'all have a good night. We'll talk to y'all next week.